Clarissa Ramos has to do this. Every time it rains, neighbors in Utuado fill holes in the road to make what little Maria left passable, even if narrowly.
This is the little road that we got. We just put dirt here. Look.
After Maria, Puerto Rico says only 2% of the island's roads were passable because of debris and landslides. But of course, for Clarissa, Hurricane Maria took away much more than a road. The storm stole her way of life.
You can't talk about Maria without shedding a tear. Why?
It's my first time I lived something like that.
It would take 9 months for hundreds of families here to have power restored, 11 months for the entire power grid, and some communities are still on generators. Ricardo Ramos was the CEO of Puerto Rico's power authority, PREPA, when Maria struck the island.
The storm was just too big.
You knew what was coming. I mean, I remember specifically you said our system is too weak to handle this. Why wasn't PREPA more prepared if it knew how vulnerable the system was?
You don't fix in one day. You don't fix in 1 week. It takes 10 years to fix the vulnerabilities that the PREPA system had.
Now in charge of PREPA, Jose Ortiz.
It's going to take 4 to 5 months more to stabilize the system.
And if a storm comes tomorrow, he says they're ready.
There are 32 contracts in place to bring people in. Why didn't Puerto Rico do that for Maria?
They did too late.
Too late for people like Natalio Rodriguez. His generator ran out of diesel in the middle of the night. The breathing machine he used shut down. He died.
If we had electricity, normal electricity at that time, he couldn't be alive.
Nearly a year after the hurricane, Puerto Rico changed its official death toll, jumping from 64 to 2,975, a number President Trump takes issue with, tweeting, 3,000 people did not die in the 2 hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico. The change in death toll came months after CNN's investigation revealed the death toll was likely 9 times what the government of Puerto Rico was reporting. The latest death statistics are showing reasons for yet another concern. This is Puerto Rico's 24-hour suicide hotline. 20 minutes after our arrival, a call comes in. A mother of 2 struggling with anxiety. She tells the operator Tropical Storm Isaac is looming too close.
30, 40 llamadas.
So he says in one 8-hour shift, he will take a call like that 30, 40 times. Callers reaching out for help with the trauma that lingers. Loss of a job, loss of a loved one, loss of a roof over their heads. Luz Colon is one of at least 45,000 still depending on tarps in Puerto Rico.
So we're in her room and I hear thunder. Oye ese trueno.
It's tough because she thinks about what could be coming. We last saw Luz in the days after Maria. 1 year later, she acknowledges progress, but says she and the island have a long way to go.
Oh, terrific reporting. And Layla, you've been on this so much over the last year, and I think have had such a huge impact. What's it been like to go back and talk to some of these people who've been so affected by this?
Well, I mean, you just saw Luz, and to go back to her a year later, I mean, I remember last year she said, all I want is a dry bed. She is still sleeping on the same bed that was soaked from Maria. You go back and many people will acknowledge progress. Tourism is kind of getting back to normal in San Juan, but you go 20 minutes out of San Juan and it's a completely different island still.
And look, we remember you being there during the hurricane. I mean, how it was, frankly, it was scary to watch. Yes, that was, and you guys are in the safe part. Obviously, we take precautions to be safe, but that was how battered you were being. And so, what do people there think when they hear about what a great success it's all been from here?
I think a lot of people today are going to be looking at video like we just showed. We're sort of reflecting on what happened. And when I see that video as a Puerto Rican, I think about that as the moment that changed my island, the moment that changed my family's life. And so when you hear someone question that pain, someone question how far we've come or have not come, there's a lot of pain associated with that, a lot of questions as to why anyone would even think to question that.
Leila Santiago, thank you again. Thank you so much for the work you've done. You're getting answers and you are getting results.
Thank you, guys.
And be sure to watch this CNN special report, Storm of Controversy, What Really Happened in Puerto Rico. That's tomorrow at 10 p.m.